Joined by Jan, BBC Hereford and Worcester, post Leamington. Not the result you'd wanted today, Jan.
No, thoroughly disappointing. Not good enough. Stand here talking about the same old story around us not being able to put the ball in the back of the net. We've been so naive with the first goal. We had a couple of warning signs and we haven't figured it out and problem solved in the wide area from a throw-in, and we've been punished. And then on a difficult surface we're trying to chase the game and get the equaliser, and unfortunately concede the second, and then it's a really uphill task. So yeah, very disappointed for the travelling fans who came in their numbers and supported us well at the start of the game. So yeah, disappointing afternoon.
Of course, when you can't get the ball in the back of the net, that is the most worrying thing in football, and only 1 in 6 now. Did you sense after that Boston game when you scored early in the second half? Did you think things were going to change going forward after that?
Yeah, absolutely. I've stood here before and said to you guys that I think one goal hopefully takes the shackles off, and it should breed some confidence throughout the group. We had great chances to get the second in that Boston game, but we didn't. And we've come here today and had some great opportunities related to the game plan, which reinforces to the players that what the detail we're giving them is working. It's just that final execution, and as professional footballers they have to take responsibility. It's their job to score goals, put the ball in the back of the net. So the lads know exactly the situation we're in now. We've had a few home truths in there, and the sooner we get a win the better.
How are the players reacting to them home truths at the moment? Of course it's tough as a player when you're on a bad run, but how are they reacting to that?
Yeah, they know what's required. We've got experienced players in there that know what this situation feels like, and we need them to be around the younger players in the group to support them. I've been involved in it myself, and so has Kev. So we've got people around it and know how to get out of it, know how to win games of football. But we have to score goals to relieve a little bit of pressure from the lads at the back, because at the moment we feel like we have to keep a clean sheet every game to get something out of the game. So onus is on anybody in the team that wants to step up and be the main man and score some goals.
No Dino Visser in the squad today, of course, went down injured. He continued playing against Boston, but went down at the end of the first half of a clash with Jordan Burrow, I believe. How's he at the moment?
Yeah, he's got a severe dead leg. I think his quad is doubled in size in terms of swelling. So fair play to him, he did ever so well to get through the rest of that Boston game. Luckily for us, we've kept a really good relationship with Dale Eve. He's been match sharp, and I thought he was excellent today. His kicking was good. He was confident to come into a side that he hasn't played in for a long time. I was really pleased for him.
And against Boston, you really got the ball into the wide areas a lot. Miles Story had a lot of glory getting the ball out, getting some crosses in. But today, I feel like Leamington really nullified that a bit. Do you think sometimes maybe when them crosses aren't coming in, there's a bit of like a plan B inside in the final third?
No, I don't. I think we had good opportunities in central areas, from shots from edge of the box. Just again the execution, and I actually thought our main chances come from wide areas today. In terms of a back post cross to Tyrone in the first half, Keith makes a great save. We've crossed again from Sean to Miles Story for a header. That keeper makes a fantastic save. 3 or 4 corners we've had first contacts where we've failed to hit the target, and then when we do hit the target we hit the post and it bobbles out, and then the keeper makes a save again. So for me our best chances today came from wide areas, but also we still had some central area attacks. But again it's about the final execution, the final bit, that belief in choosing the right technique when going for on goal to hit the back of the net.
You'll have been at this club for nearly 3 years soon. How are you finding this role though in management? There's comes with a lot more pressures. How are you finding it at the moment?
Yeah, I think it's 2 words. It's enjoyment, because of what the players have given us, but massive frustrations because we don't have the points tally and the wins that the performances are showing, and I think that's the most frustrating thing. So now it's about getting a result. It's about doing all we can to win a game of football, to have some enjoyment for the last 4 games, to bring some excitement at Edgar Street on Monday, and give the fans a few smiles going into the summer.
So obviously when you're on a poor run of form, it's always maybe hard for players to get motivated. But how are the lads in there at the moment? Of course, it's been a tough run. But how are they? You mentioned a moment ago about there being home truths. How are they in the dressing room? What's the vibe like?
Yeah, look, they're low at the moment because we just lost a game of football, and lost a game of football they shouldn't have. But naturally, there's players that have voiced their opinion, and rightly so. But it has to have the desired effect. We can't now have people going into their shells. We need people to stand up and be counted. Show real motivation, which they have done over the last 10 weeks to try and win games of football, but we have to do the most difficult part of the game, and that's score goals.
at this stage of the season, it probably doesn't matter who you play. There's a lot of teams fighting for different things, but Brackley, it would be a different challenge at the weekend up in fourth, but not on a great run of form themselves either. It adds a lot of importance to that Easter Monday game, doesn't it?
Yeah, they're always a strong side. They've been fighting at the top end of the division for the last 3 or 4 seasons, so it'll be a difficult game, but we have to go and impose ourselves. We have to worry about ourselves, because at the moment we're the people that are letting ourselves down. We're not getting the points that our performances deserve. We're not getting the points that the club deserves, so we've got to put that right on Monday.
Do you think maybe, just finally for me, do you think maybe some of the changes off the field, there's been a lot of things that have happened over the last few months that have maybe affected things on the pitch a bit at times, maybe the stability, people coming in, people going out, do you think that's affected maybe the players at times?
Maybe, but in my pre-match I spoke about today being a no excuse mentality, and I don't believe the players have taken their foot off the pedal one bit. I think that their attitude in training, in games, has been superb. We've been highly competitive. We just haven't either got the rub of the green, or our finishing hasn't been good enough. It has literally been as simple as that, and that's why I use the word frustration, because we should be sat here with a lot more points and should be disappointed we've lost a game and not fighting for the playoffs, rather than disappointed we've lost a game and looking over our shoulders.